Well, Mr. President, it's an honor to have you here in Cincinnati.
It's a pleasure for me to come back to this great city, dynamic city, the city of my family. My grandfather was born here. I came as a kid. I heard a lot about Cincinnati in Rancho San Cristobal in Guanajuato, stories that my grandfather told me. And now being back here is very emotional to me.
Like what? Do you remember something in particular?
Well, for instance, once we finish this interview, I'm going to visit the home where I stayed for 3 weeks in here. And my wife Martha is visiting the slaughterhouse where they used to process the hogs here. And my grandfather participated on that activity, that economic activity, but then he decided to come down to Mexico to migrate without a penny in his pocket. And Mexico welcomed him, and he was able to settle in Guanajuato, in Rancho San Cristobal, and make his American dream. And this is the soul of a migrant. This is what a migrant looks for. Looks for progress to his family, looks for upgrading himself. That's why I love so much migrants. I respect them. They are very special caste. And to all Mexicans here and all Hispanics, I tell them that I love them, that they are my heroes, and that I'm going to be working with them hand by hand all the way until we attain that immigration reform.
Now, you know that's created a lot of controversy, obviously, and here in Cincinnati, what is the message that you would want people to know about immigration?
The message number one is that there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding. Immigration is always an asset to any economy and to all nations. This nation is built by immigrants. Anybody that looks back will find that he comes from an immigrant family, except Indian Americans. But the rest, sooner or later, have an immigrant heritage. Number three, that this economy needs those hard-working people to be competitive, to sustain the pension plans, to collect the apples in Washington State, to construct the hospitals, the schools, the highways, even to construct the wall. That is ironic, a wall that won't work, but they're still constructing it. How much better it would be to use that money to build bridges, bridges of understanding, bridges of love, bridges of trading, and bridges of progress. And we can do that if we attend the issue of immigration with responsibility. And number three, that immigrants enrich this culture, and immigrants are reasonable, decent, hard-working people that make this economy competitive.
But the people here, their understanding or what they feel is that the immigrants that are here, the undocumented immigrants specifically, they are viewed as criminals. Do you think this is just a break in the
My
legal
grandfather
system?
was not criminal, and he came to Mexico crossing borders and crossing deserts and crossing mountains. But I am not for illegality, and this I have to make very clear. I'm not for illegality. I'm not for disorder. What I'm calling upon is U.S. Congress and U.S. government, because it's a federal issue, and they should take this issue with responsibility and construct a framework to make out of immigration a win-win situation. We can decide, define how many workers should be here, because this economy needs them. And those who have a job should be allowed to stay here. And those who have a job and stay here should be close to their families. They don't want to become U.S. nationals. That's a mistake also, and misinformation. Some think that all of them want to stay here. They'd rather be at home with their families. They'd rather be in their own land. They'd rather be eating tortillas, enchiladas in Chile than eating hamburgers and hot dogs. They like better our culture. So it's just people that wants to work, and people that wants to work for jobs that are not fulfilled here by U.S. nationals.
So is Mexico to blame for that? That they want to leave their country?
Mexico is doing a great effort. Would United States be blamed for the tens of thousands of U.S. citizens that work in Mexico? the United States government should be blamed by the tens of thousands of people that go from the United States to work to China, to work in India, or to work in Spain or in Europe. No, immigration is power itself, it's movement, it's energy. It's people willing to work and contribute to the economy that opens their arms to them.